So actually, I'm going to deviate slightly from the schedule because Ansel mentions VR, and my Gear VR headset arrived.
Oh shit, he's got it?
Yeah, it arrived, oh god, about 2 weeks ago now, I think. And it's phenomenal. I really didn't expect it at all. I thought, yeah, it'll be alright, because at the end of the day, it's running off a smartphone. And I've got, granted, I've got an S8 Plus, so, it is like the current sort of flagship Samsung phone or whatever, and it's a powerful beast, even though the S9 specs got leaked this morning or whatever, or yesterday, and it turns out that's going to be even more powerful. Surprise, surprise.
Selling point.
But yeah, tried it out. Setting it up was surprisingly easy. I thought you'd have to go through loads of funky calibration. You have to do a bit of like figure of eight kind of things with the little remote and stuff.
Yeah, you have to do that for compasses as well, I think, on Android devices.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Which I don't know what's that all about. I don't know why that.
I think it's to learn the orientation of the phone, so it knows.
Yeah.
It can sort of figure out its positioning roughly.
It's got something to do with the gyroscopes as well.
Yeah,
something
in
like
relation
kind of
to
thing,
the Earth.
so
yeah.
Knows its direction that it's pointing and things like that.
All phones are giant magnets.
But the whole sort of intro thing it takes you through to sort of get you used to how it all works is really cool, because you're like walking through a storybook kind of thing, and there's like all this paper origami like city, and there's a T-Rex, and
is this all Android-based games? Is it?
Well, this was just it's an Oculus built headset, so you have to download the Oculus VR Store app and stuff like that, and then everything runs through the Oculus thing. And there is Samsung apps within that, of course, because it's a Samsung piece of kit.
Okay.
Which is a shame, I suppose they couldn't really start using HTC technology, considering they could have, but I mean they're a competing phone
company
maker.
Brand.
But yeah, I've not played a massive amount of games on it. There's a lot of experience things on there. So there's one when you can sit in the spaceship, I think it's a Polish one in the 70s or something, and it fired into space, but something goes wrong part of the way up, but they do manage to fix it, and you sort of okay. That was just mind-blowing. I think that was a Samsung-built experience thing. It's all 3D graphics and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I say, even though it's only the phone screens, I know the phone screens can go up to whatever, like WQHD or whatever screen resolutions, quad HD, but I don't think it's 4K or something, I don't know. It looks pretty impressive. I gotta say, it was ridiculous. The only you can go around the International Space Station on something else. That's a bit of a game, because there's like missions you can do, although I haven't yet done those. And I went round on a 3D animated roller coaster kart thing, and you're using the controller to sort of fire your wand at sort of glowing orbs as you're going past.
Played like a really stripped down version of that. I think you can still get it. You can get like Google Cards or something. It's like
the Google Cardboard.
Yeah, you can slot your phone in that. I played a really stripped down version of that years ago. Like you get on a roller coaster and you hit levers and shit like that.
Yeah,
I remember playing that and feeling really motion sick.
Yeah,
did you experience a lot of that? Or
the nice thing that the Oculus Store does is, as you go to install anything, on the one side it will show you sort of like a comfortable rating, sort of for how comfortable people generally are with it. So if it's high, if it's green effectively or whatever, then it shouldn't really cause you any problems. I think the spaceship experience was a bit more on that, because some things were a bit close on the screen, so it was sort of sending me cross-eyed. I mean, I wear glasses normally anyway, but I'm normally okay at short distances.
Yeah.
But some of the things were a bit close, so I was sort of getting a bit of double vision at times. That was more in the loading and almost like the menu of it or whatever the setup. that's still probably the best thing I've done so far is that simulation, because it was just phenomenal. The whole thing's crazy. Considering it was free with the phone, it was ridiculous. The shooting on the roller coaster is just felt so just normal.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was having to do weird things with my hands to try and get it all over. I was just sort of pointing, and where I was pointing, of course, I can't see it because I've got a giant bloody headset on my face. But, I was hitting just targets and sort of with few problems. You miss a few shots, but it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal.
It leads you to believe how good the experience is with the HTC Vive and Oculus Rift through a PC and the graphical power through there, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, the Vive. I mean, especially because the Vive, because you can get the 4 sensors, the room sensors, or whatever.
And the
so
down controllers as well.
Yeah. The only problem is if I wanted a Vive now off the back of that, I've got to buy half a new PC.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's the sad thing, because my VR experience absolutely. I'll bring it round whenever we're round next. And you'll have to give it a go.
Yeah. Well, my dad got one when he bought his Samsung, so I set that up for him, and we played a bunch of there was a bunch of experiences, I suppose you would call them, on there. One of them was a horror one. Did you play any horror?
I've downloaded the Stranger Things one for Nat, but I haven't done anything with it yet. I saw there was a Walking Dead one as well.
So but
I haven't actually gone on them yet.
Yeah, his came with a trial version for it's a separate stories. It's more like experience. You don't do anything in them. You just look around. As you do. But I played one that was in a bedroom with a creepy small child, and you're sat on a bed, and the lights would go out every now and again. And he'd be in a different place or moving, or something that would open up and shut again. It was creepy. And then I passed it on to my dad and put him on a roller coaster, and he freaked out and nearly fell off the settee. Fantastic. But
actually,
go on.
And so that's one of the things. There was this thing that was training yourself to not be scared of heights.
Yeah. By
putting you into really precarious positions.
Oh, fuck
a couple of them were just effectively 2D videos. So, these days on Facebook or YouTube, you get ads and you can sort of move your phone around. It was almost like that, so it didn't really work. The last one of them, though, which was this rope bridge in I think it was down south, to be honest, because I'm sure the White Cliffs have Dover on it. That was proper 3D, so you could sense the depth and things like that. And sitting down, fine. Stood up, I was all over the place, and that was just there laughing at me because, of course, I'm just stood in the living room going, "Oh my god!"
It's awful. I did one. It was meant to be a fun one. It was a giant robot attacking the city, and you're in an office complex in a skyscraper. Mm-hmm. And you're standing there, and it's an office around you, and then the wall falls down because the robot's punched a hole through the wall, and you're staring at this giant robot. I'm like, Christ, that's really cool. But then it picks you up and plonks you on top of the aerial, on top of the actual building itself. And they're just standing there, and I'm sat on the settee, and I just look down, I'm like, yeah. No, I am not a fan of this. This is not. And then it's all interactive and everything. So you look at the aerial, and then he does something, and the aerial starts bowing, falling down because the building's slowly going down, and you can feel it. It's awful. And it's the building is falling. I will die, whether it be in real life or mentally. Something's going to happen here. I'm going to have a stroke. If we fall off and you fall towards the ground, you do that dream shit where you're falling off a cliff or something and it goes black before you hit the ground. It's like that. It's horrible.
No.
Let's try and find that one.
No.
But yeah, so I'd recommend VR. I think it was thoroughly enjoyable, and it didn't. It's the kind of thing I want to go back and do other bits and bobs with it. Because even just using Netflix is quite nice on it, because it sets you in like a living room on a sofa with a little table in front of you, with a big screen on the wall, and you just watch your Netflix kind of thing. So I don't know whether I could stick like a whole film of having the headset on, or whether that might. But even just some of those apps are just quite nice experiences, to be honest.
I would say you should find one of the cage diving ones.
Okay, it's like sharks.
Yeah, you can. I know you can get real life ones, but they're not as fun as the ones where it goes, oh right, we're going to put you in the Marianas Trench, see what's down there. And you're sitting in a cage with one sole light as things swim past you. Because if you ever wanted to get rid of a nasty form of constipation, doing one of those fucking things, that is just the quickest way. Forget Senecott. Great white sharks attacking your fucking cage in VR.
Fill your fucking boots up.
It's fucking horrific.
Yeah.
I'll have to try one of those.